If you think of hard games to 100%, which ones come to mind? Crash Bandicoot 4?
Damn it!
Super Meat Boy?
Whoever designed this level, I hope your console explodes.
Jump King?
Let's go!
Bloodborne?
No, I lost 10k blood echoes, bro!
If you thought of any of those, you'd be right. And I haven't completed any of them. So, I'm not going to talk about any of those. Today, I am going to shine a light on my personal hardest 100%. And that is... Final Fantasy XV, the game that took almost a decade to develop, went through multiple rebrands, and yet the plot is still flatter than my own chest. We explore the vast upper world of Eos, driving around, doing hunts, eating food, where it looks like most of the budget went, and where we go through my personal hell back in November 2023. So, let's get into it. So we start the game with getting enough disk space to download this absolute behemoth of 2016 graphics. This will now be your life for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Oh shit, it's done. We start with Noctis, Prompto, Ignis and Gladiolus, being scorched harder than me in my room in the middle of summer. Until we get transitioned back to present day, King Regis tells Noctis to fuck off and get laid with Luna Freya.
Noctis, my son, fuck off and get laid with Luna Freya.
Yes, father.
And for the love of fuck, don't break the car.
I promise. God damn it.
Well, that promise was short-lived.
Fuck off. And thus concludes the prologue, the boys pushing their car to the nearest repair shop and popping the first of many achievements.
Hey, whippersnappers. What happened to the car?
I don't want to talk about it.
What in tarnation? Weren't you supposed to be on your way to get laid? What are you all doing here?
Insert funny line here. Jumping into chapter 1, we bring our car to Sid and Cindy so they can repair it. This, of course, taking some time, gives us ample time to do a few achievements. Blind Spot, for performing a blindside link. Just hanging around, for performing a hanging war point. Brothers in Arms, for ensuing an ally command.
FBI, open up!
Magical Worker, for crafting your first spell. Black Mage, for using a spell. Quadruple Threat, for equipping weapons in all 4 weapon slots. Noct, you are a hurricane, for initiating a link strike after parrying.
Fuck you!
My first hunt for completing a hunt for the first time. And seize the moment for performing a 10-full hit cross chain.
Fight back! Fight back!
And while we're here, remember to grab enough data logs throughout the game for the Pursuit of Knowledge achievement. Believe me, you do not want to miss any of these. Other achievements you have to work on through the game are the 3 ability node achievements, the 6 side quest achievements, and the 8 character ability achievements. After helping Cindy out with some errands, the regalia is fixed, allowing us to drive, giving you learner's permit. Driving 0.000621371 miles, we arrive at the nearest motel, where we can find a pinball machine. Playing it rewards us with high five for justice. After not playing the minigame, we make our way to Golden Key.
It's real pretty here at night. And yet, by all accounts, it pales in comparison to old Tisha. Seriously?
Holy fuck, I don't even think I can show that one! Heading in, we meet the local homeless population. Ah, Prince Noctis, you look mighty fine today. Sorry, who are you? Oh, don't worry about me, you should worry about your sweet Luna Freya. Huh? What? Toodles, I'ma go destroy your city. Okay, cool. Wait, what? After doing a bit of black market business, we go to bed. And then our home city gets destroyed and everybody fucking dies. Then we wake up. Then we have a mental breakdown. Oh, look, an achievement. What do you mean there's still 13 chapters left? Start chapter 2 by seeing the fruits of the Empire's labor, and then meeting up with Corb. And playing the wrong game for some reason because we are going tomb raiding.
I can't believe Lara Croft died of Ligma.
Who's Lara Croft?
Ligma bubbles.
After getting the first royal arm, we make our way to the border of Disguise. Here we find... Who's this guy? No matter. After embarrassing him, we get no turning back. Chapter 3 starts with some obligatory selling out. From here, we're able to go to the Chocobo farm, where we get... Oh, right. We have literal Satan to worry about. After taking care of the New York sewer rat, we are able to rent a Chocobo, giving us Chocobo Jockey. After that Monster Hunter spin-off detour, we arrive at Lestalin, where we meet Gladiolus' little sister Iris, unimportant kid NPC 01, and Jared from Subway. Aren't you supposed to be in prison? Yes. Oh. The next day, we make our way to the Hentai Dungeon to get our hands on another royal arm. Returning to Lestalin, we get welcomed back at the hotel, but suddenly get a vision of the Met God.
Jesse, we have to cook.
Making our way outside, we meet Ardyn, the homeless guy from earlier. He told us he'd gladly escort us to the giant meth crystal. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. There's a giant fucking meth crystal. Spawning at the space crystal meth, we grab yet another royal arm. Though that seems to have awakened Walter White's wrath.
I am the one he hurts.
Sneaking our way out and killing some Imperial Magitech soldiers, we enter a boss fight with Titan. Eventually, you get the ability to use Armiga, giving us Power of Kings. After defeating Titan, we take his power and he fucking explodes, taking the space drugs with him. Motherfucker took off with all the meth. Wait, what's that sound? Hey guys, Maxwell here. By the way, I am the antagonist of the story. Chapter 5 starts with our fucking car getting confiscated. Fuck's sake! But before we get the ability to think about it, we get approached by my Rule 34 search history. One group wank later, we get out to acquire the literal power of Zeus.
Zeus, your son has returned!
After an hour of fetch questing, we find the base of the fuckers who nicked our car. So we stealthed in and nuked the place with the power of God and anime on our side. Doing so guarantees us divine intervention.
I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
As we reclaim the regalia. What the fuck is that? We get jumped by Ravis Nox Flower, embarrassing Gladio and almost starting a dick measuring contest with Noctis. Sadly, we get interrupted by Ardyn telling us to fuck off. We arrive back at the hotel, but Iris has some bad news. The Imperials have killed Jared. It was so sad we get flashbacks that were added in the past because no one remembers who he was. I am not joking. Days later, we forget Jared existed and infiltrate another enemy base to get information from this Imperial guy. Listen, if the game doesn't try to make the plot memorable, I'm not gonna try to remember the details. Anyway, we then get ambushed by...
Smash.
We beat her and she fucks off. Go back to the motel we were staying at, we go to bed and...
Smash.
We move to Cape Cayenne to get a boat to Otisha and finally get laid. But, of course, the boat's broken. Make it end! And then Gladio fucks off without saying why.
I'm gonna fuck up without telling you why.
What? Why?
Are you deaf?
Why do I feel like this will become important later? We start Chapter 7 in Shrek's Swamp, where we can find the piece of mithril we need to repair the boat. We meet up with Ardyn for some reason, who then escorts us to meet up with Aranea, and she helps us through the ruins. One boss fight against the Biolizard from Sonic Adventure 2 later. We get the Lord of the Rings MacGuffin and the Chief, Part 3. We reawaken back in Lestalem, where we get tasked to get rid of some demons in the reactor so the game doesn't turn into an actual good game. For this job we get definitely not Gladio to help us. After deleting the demons we head out and gasp, definitely not Gladio was Gladio the whole time! Who would have guessed? As we're about to return to Cape Cayenne, Gladio wants us to go to the Cup-Nosed Truck. Please, for the love of fuck, do a need for noodles, because there's nothing else like them. They're easy to make whenever you got a craving and delicious to boot. You'll never forget the first time. It's the ultimate flavor experience. This fucking game, man. After doing the sellout ourselves, we head back to Cape Cayenne, repair the boat, and make our way to Otisha, giving us seaworthy. Chapter 9 starts with an 8-minute boat ride across the ocean. After taking in the view, we arrive at the Toxosua known as Venice. 20 minutes of getting lost later, we checked into the hotel, to then starting to negotiate with Hillary Clinton somehow for some reason. How the hell did we get here?
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
But not to worry, we do to evacuate everyone as Not About to Die Lunafreya summons. After the battle, we cry a little. Then we wake up and Ignis is fucking blind. Whoa, what happened to your eyes?
Your wedding ring happened.
Why do I feel like this will become important later? We start chapter 10 several weeks later in a train on another fucking continent. After having a quality time argument, the train stops at our next destination, one of the worst areas in the game later.
Is it too much to ask the royal procession sticks together? Too much to ask you to shit.
We face off a flock of monster Brussels sprouts and get our filthy hands on another royal arm. Heading back to the train, we get a tiny dose of plot mystery giving us the heart of a king. Chapter 11 starts with us tripping major balls after seeing what looked like a snowstorm approaching us. Suddenly, Ardyn somehow appears, though the manner he speaks sounds off.
Wait, is this for real?
Brushing that aside, we attack definitely not Prompto. After stumbling around the train for about a minute, we snap out of our acid trip and the train is somehow under fucking attack. Magic Tech Tower Defense. Why the fuck is that the only thing I wrote on this? After beating the copyright infringement, we get back on the train and... God damn it, can we get a break for 1 fucking second? After taking care of that, we... Oh shit! Prompto! Get away from him, you...
Oh, not just... What the hell?
Wow, those drugs lasted a while. Why do I feel like this will become important later? Chapter 12 starts with Noctis waking up on the roof of the train after fuck knows how long. How the fuck did he not fall off of it? As we go into a tunnel, we get attacked by your local back alley drug dealers. Reaching the end of the tunnel, Leviathan appears out of fucking nowhere and kills everyone. What the fuck is this place? Pointless piece of half-baked plot later. Our train gets pulled over by the other drug dealers wanting revenge for their fallen brethren from earlier. Taking care of those twats. We head back inside the train and... No, Ardyn, I don't want your drugs! Pussy. Oh, mommy. Gentiana then turns out to still be my Rule 34 search history. After a lot of talking and depression, we finally go over to chapter 13. Oh, for fuck's sake, I don't want your drug! After a drug-filled trip, we've almost reached Raleigh. But unfortunately, the drug dealers from earlier want their drugs back, and they disabled our fucking weaponry. So we do the best thing we can to survive, turning into an anti-speeding PSA. One sad moment as the best character in the game dies later. We've reached the meth factory, home of the crystal.
We have to cook.
And to add salt to the wound, we get split up from Gladiolus and Ignis. Fuck! As we run for our lives, still not able to use our weapons, we whip out the Ring of Lucii, which is very important to the game, by the way, but I neglected to mention it because I completely forgot it existed. And this thing is frankly disgusting, and I love it. Making our way through the fortress, we reach the point of the level where I highly recommend going into first person if you don't mind the risk of a heart attack. After playing Metal Gear Solid for half an hour, we find Ravus. Remember him? Yeah. Neither do I. Oh look! Another royal arm!
Yoink!
Eventually, we reunite with Gladiolus and Ignis. Back together, we take care of the impossible task of finding Prompto. Oh shit, we found him! We then go back a little to disable the machine hindering us from using our weapons, but we find ourselves unable to. But oh shit, plot twist! Prompto is a fucking clone of the Emperor, and is able to give us access. After turning that shit off, we make our way to the crystal. But, unfortunately, Ardyn has one last card up his sleeve. After beating our supposed-to-be brother-in-law, we get ambushed. The boys take care of them so Noctis can make it to the crystal. Finally, the meth is all mine. Dude, what the? Congratulations, this is what you get for stealing my drugs. Damn, you addiction. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, we're family by the way. See you in 10 years. One crystal war scene later, we meet up with Bahamut. He tells us about the Accursed, whose body and soul, so impure, are deemed unworthy of the light of the crystal and forbidden to ascend. He then tells us to fuck off, sacrifice ourselves, and end his misery. We then reawaken 10 years later inside a cell on Angel Guard. Going out, Umbra runs up to Noctis, bringing a letter telling us to go to Hammerhead. Reaching the mainland, we notice how everything has gone to shit. Fighting through the halls of demons, we eventually find a familiar face. What the? Unimportant kid NPC 01?
Hey Prince, long time no see.
You look...
Older? Yeah, well, it has been 10 years.
What? Taking a ride back to Hammerhead with Talcott, he tells us how ever since we disappeared, it's been nighttime. However the fuck that works. Magically, we arrive at Hammerhead.
Prince, you're back!
Wait, when did I get here?
It's been so long.
What kind of black magic is this?
I'm still blind.
Have you tried using eye drops? Welcome to what once was Insomnia. After running for about 5 minutes, we meet up with Core, who we saved from being turned into Bugchow. Being brought into the resistance base, we give everyone inside a spark of hope before ignoring all their requests and leaving them all to die. Ardyn then appears and tells us we're cringe and our setup is weak, and then proceeds to project a barrier around this building. Wait, wasn't that our next destination? Moving over to the Citadel, we walk up on a sleeping Cerberus, who doesn't take too kindly in being disturbed in his beauty sleep. After euthanizing this Monster Hunter reject, we get awarded with Tri-Headed Triumph.
So, how are we getting past this barrier?
We could try going through?
Oh shit, monsters. Huh? Luna?
Oh gods above, hear my plea. Then the chosen king are...
God, I forgot how hot you were.
What?
What?
Shall we get rid of this barrier?
Yeah, let's do that.
Barriericus fuck officus.
Luna. Thank you.
The fate of our star rests with you now, my king.
Why did you have to blueball me like that? After that melancholic reunion, we finally head into the Citadel and take down Ardyn once and for all. So, about that. Literal Satan, I choose you. One doing of God's work later, we head inside the tower, and hopefully you did enough hunts and side quests because you don't want to end up like me at the end of my first playthrough. After executing Dumb, Dumber, and Dumbest, we choose one last picture as a memory and head into the throne room. So, you've beaten the Elite Four. Now it's time to face me. Off my chair, Jester. The king sits there. Discombobulate. Purple. What did he do? Just casual murder? Calm, Noctis. Beating the Jester, we take back the throne and sacrifice ourselves to kill Ardyn once and for all. The sun rises again after a 10-year-long night. Noctis reminisces of the time of the best cop noodles he's ever had, now forever together with Luna Freya. Bringing us to the end of the game, giving us Homecoming. And that was it. Final Fantasy 15 story all wrapped up. What do you mean we're only halfway? Reloading the save file, we travel back through time. What's this? Hunt an adamantoid. Well, that sounds pretty easy. Those typically aren't that bad.
What the fuck?
The adamantoids, the biggest enemy in the game with one of the largest health bars, taking literal hours to beat. A true test of boring Ring of the Lucii go burnt! Never expected to see a country-sized tortoise being sucked into a black hole, but here we are. One mass extinction of tortoises the size of Mount Everest later, we get roided up enough to take on the challenges ahead of us. Regalia Pilot for flying the Regalia Type F. Speed Demon for getting excellent times in all driving tests. Maiden Voyage for captaining the Royal Vessel. Now All Watching for reviving a 2009 meme song. Faithful Heir for collecting all royal arms. The Power Within for becoming God. Love Turned Tragic for killing this cunt. Huh? And then doing some cleanup of previous achievements that I mentioned in the beginning. With everything done, we still have one achievement left in the main game. This shouldn't be so hard. I mean, everything wasn't that difficult, so this will be a piece of cake, right? Why do I hear boss music? Game just crashed. Episode Gladiolus, the first DLC story of the game, all of them including achievements. In this story, I'm going to ignore most that I wrote in my script because I was clearly very drunk writing a lot of it. Speaking of drunk, we meet up with Core in a bar. We then suddenly appear in the dungeon to do a trial. As we fight through, we can get Master and Pupil for doing 5 link strikes with Core. Eventually, Gilgamesh appears and fucking kills you. As we make our way through the dungeon, we also need to pick up every item for Picker-Upper and uproot every column for Column Colossus. Spawning at the last part of the story because genuinely nothing was really that interesting. We face off against Viking Guilty Gear. After obtaining victory, we obtain Shield of the Chosen One. Afterwards, we unlock some new things. Score Attack. Depending on how well you do, you get no pain, no gain for gaining 500,000 points, and a new Blade Master for gaining 1 million points. Final Trial. Beat this old fuck and we'll get Transcendence. Episode Ignis. One of the more interesting DLCs in the game. We start in the middle of the fucking war zone. After a daily swim in the polluted waters of Venice, we are tasked with taking back control of the city. As we do, we can get hidden power for killing 10 enemies with spell daggers, swift retaliation for killing 10 enemies with counter strikes, and Master of the Elements for killing 100 enemies using total clarity. Fuck you! All the while, we collect every document for Ortician Ambassador. After taking back each point, we make our way to Noctis. Sadly, it's not that easy. A chase, boss fight, and killing of the elderly later. We team up with Ravus and make our way to Noctis and Luna. One boss fight against Ravus and Ardyn later. Ignis burns his eyes trying to save the sweet couple, and we reach the end of the episode and get a noble sacrifice. Like the last episode, we unlocked some new modes. Friendly match. Fuck this fight. We duel Noctis in a friendly match, and this is one of the reasons this game is so hard to 100%. Noctis hacks and slashes at you, all the while ripping you out of living at the speed of a chihuahua on whatever the fuck Max is on while making a video. Thank fuck it can be cheesed. So I did that to preserve the tiny shred of sanity I somehow have left. Extra verse. This is where the DLC gets interesting. We replay the final part of the story, but this time we get an alternate route and an alternate final boss.
I will pay that price!
Episode Prompto, the DLC that literally turns the game into a third-person shooter. After being left to freeze in the middle of nowhere, we get kidnapped by the Empire. Waking back up again, Ardyn tells us to regain our memories and fucks off without elaborating. Making our way through the base, eventually we meet our father. Turns out, Prompto is a clone made as a spy to destroy Insomnia. After a good batch of denial, we commit some casual homicide and escape the facility with I wish for a woman who could just fucking kill me.
Smash.
Fuck, I almost forgot to mention the achievements you can get. Unseen Assassin, for stealth killing 3 enemies.
Yoink!
Field Photographer, for taking 10 selfies while in battle. And Sharpshooting, for killing 30 enemies with Crackshot.
Fuck you!
Escaping the facility, we end up in Greenland on a hot day. Heading to the rendezvous point, we meet up with Aranea and we start talking about stuff I totally bothered to listening to. A bit of trauma later, we can get the ability to kill a Kaiser Behemoth for an Emperor Deposed. Infiltration of a research facility later, we kill an Armored Core reject, after which we face off against Leaving the story, we unlock a few modes again. Time Trial. Upon getting top ranking on all time trials, we get Dogged Rider, and intensive training, fighting against Aranea, beating her, giving us Dragoon Slayer. Episode Ardyn. In this story, we get to commit fucking terrorism. But before that, We start with Ardyn being crucified, before the Empire barges in and kidnaps us. Waking up, we get an actually really nice looking dinner, skipping all necessary plot later. Fucking Satan. Catching him in our Pokeball, trauma happens, and we get back to squashing insomnia. As we commit several acts of war crime, we can get a handful of achievements. Fallen Savior, for unleashing Spectral Assault 10 times. King of the Demons, for demonifying 100 enemies.
Fuck you! Yoink!
The Pyre Burner's Keeper, for using the freeze techniques 10 times. Mastering the Darkness, for unlocking all of Ardyn's abilities. And Insomnia Insurgents, for overtaking every sector in Insomnia. After having our fun, we sort out some family issues by trying to kill our great nephew? I think. This family tree is confusing. After beating him, Ardyn's brother, the Founder King Somnus, appears, leading us into a fight. After his defeat, we start yapping with Muhammad for an hour, ending this DLC and giving us The Nightmare Ends, as well as Return of the Founder King for getting an A+ ranking. Comrades. Fuck this DLC. This DLC specifically is why this 100% is so fucking hard. This DLC is meant to be played with your friends, doing Monster Hunter type missions, and made to be grinded. A lot. A few problems when I played. No one was playing this 2017 online DLC in a 2016 single player game, and I couldn't be fucked to grind this game for another 100+ hours. And genuinely, some of these missions are just awful. They are so fucking hard, and doing them alone with an AI companion is awful. Anyway, tangent over. We start the story by waking up in Skyrim.
Finally awake.
Creating our custom character, we get thrown into a tutorial, and then we end up in Lestalem, which serves as our main hub. From here, we can accept missions, take a shower, and upgrade weapons. We are tasked to restore power to Eos and help find Prince Noctis. Eventually, we'll power up every facility in Lestalem, giving us Beacon of Hope. After enough wildlife slaughtering, we get enough materials to upgrade a weapon to level 30 for When With Your Blade. Eventually, literal God appears and gives our first royal sigil, giving us Kingly Blessing. While we grind out missions, at some point Kenny the Crow will appear and help you, giving us Comeback Kenny. Over time, Gladiolus, Prompto, and Ignis will appear, allowing you to spar with them, giving us Royal Retinue Rumble for besting all of them. While we are on the subject of the K-pop idols, there's a mission called Comrades that we have to do 4 times, one time with all 4 main characters, eventually giving us Beacons of Hope. Fucking hell, this DLC is fucking repetitive to cover. Eventually, we'll reach the end of the story, finding and helping Noctis get back to the mainland, giving us Cleaving the Path. Sadly, it ain't over yet. You can get Chocobos in missions, and with RNGs on your side, we can eventually get one up to level 99, giving us Choco Breeder. 1 year of grinding later, we'll amass 999,999 kilowatts of power, and turn Eos into a nuclear reactor, giving us Let There Be Light. Throughout the DLC, we collect more royal sigils, though it looks like we're missing one more. Why do I hear boss music again? 97 achievements, about 160 hours, over 3 straight weeks of grinding. Of course, this might not be the hardest 100% for other people. Maybe you found ways of doing it faster. Maybe you had a friend helping you through Comrades. Hell, maybe the server's become populated again. But back when I did this at the end of 2023, this was the 100% that proved the most challenging I've ever done. The difficulty on this was just something I've not ever had to deal with ever. And I have a good amount of hard 100% under my belt. But again, what might be the hardest for me might not be the hardest for others, and that is, at the end of the day, very subjective. But as it stands, Final Fantasy 15 is 100% completed, and my personal hardest 100%... Wait a minute, that doesn't look quite right. Hang on. Why do I smell blazing bullshit?
That is bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new one. How dare you? Soon you will know. We already know the smell of the game.
Hey, so I just wanted to pop in at the end of the video to say thank you so much for watching this all the way through, and I hope you enjoyed. I spent way too long making this. I started this project all the way back in August of 2024. So this has been a long time in the making, and I'm so happy that I actually went through with it and finished it. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who wanted to voice act in this video. I wanted to say thank you for giving this video a chance and watching it all the way through. And yeah, all of you, you're the best.